So the article I read, the research paper I read was a paper written by three university students, I believe, called title of the article is called "Cloud Computing Adoption: a short review of issues and challenges." So basically, the article first discusses, the excitement around cloud computing, which there is, and the many advantages, including, for example, how organizations no longer need to spend big amounts of money on hardware and software upgrades and on buying new hardware for scalability and all kinds of things. And so while it's widely agreed upon that cloud computing is very beneficial, it has many advantages, and actually lots of these advantages outweigh the negative aspects. This article basically just focuses on the tries to focus on the challenges and potential risks that are involved with that can occur that are involved with cloud computing. So throughout the paper, basically the main concerns for the writers are with the CIA triad. These are concerns with confidentiality, integrity, and the availability of systems on the cloud. So these are mostly questions concerning how well uh, the data is going to be encrypted and that kind of thing. Um, the writers then discuss. Um, they go into in-depth discussion of challenges organizations might face with when it comes to the migration of systems onto the cloud, and specifically they discuss the tough task sometimes of entities or organizations picking the most compatible service for them, uh, service provider for them, is the most compatible with their system. They discuss the different elements um, organizations or companies have to consider before they can pick a perfect service provider for them. One interesting concept I learned about I didn't know about was the concept of called vendor lock. So vendor lock basically is a situation in which a customer using a product or service cannot easily transition to a competitor. This is basically in regard to migration, the migration of systems. So in other words, when a cloud provider like Amazon EC2 or Microsoft Azure um, has vendor lock, it makes smooth migration to another system very difficult, and this is done intentionally for competition purposes. So the writers start to discuss how it's important for organizations to make sure they provide that the provider they use, doesn't limit their ability to migrate whenever they want to. Um, so I thought that was interesting. The article did not influence our group's choice of what platform to use. We decided to use Amazon EC2 from the beginning because all of us had some sort of experience with it compared to the others. Plus, we found plenty of tutorials and documentation that Amazon provided that helped us along the way. And overall, the RCSA assignment, was important and gave me a good introduction into the cloud computing world. And I feel like these kinds of assignments are very important because they help us keep in touch with the real world and what's going on with the real world and the developments in our field specifically, because it's a very fast changing industry that we need to keep up with. Yeah, that was basically it. And this was my works cited.